My name's Cooper Osborne. I'm a boat builder from Western Australia. I live down in Secret Harbour, which is down about 20 minutes north of Mandurah. And this is my boat.
Tell us about this particular boat.
Well, it's a bit custom. It's the 4.8 offshore tiller. I got this one because I like the deep V in it, big high sides on it, and especially with over here in the west, we go out pretty far with some gnarly oceans, so I want to feel pretty protected, and me and my brother and old man, we're all pretty big boys, so I wanted to feel locked away in it, and this boat has it all really. It's a little boat, but kind of a big boat at the same time, I reckon.
What kind of gave you the courage to take on a project this size?
I don't know, we always liked boats, so my old man rang us up on boats, so I kind of wanted a bit bigger boat than what we had at the time. We had a little 4.5, just like dinghy type thing. Yeah. And then I wasn't quite getting the opportunity to do a new build at my work, so I kind of sat down with my boss and asked him if I could do my own on the side, and he was happy with that. So yeah, massive thanks to him for letting me I actually built the boat in his shed, a bit of space back of his shed. Just got in contact with you guys, and it was kind of a bit of back and forwards with what boat I wanted. Obviously I was still an apprentice, so I was a bit not tight on money, but I was trying to be reasonable with my money. Eventually got narrowed it down to the 4.8, and yeah, I reckon I made a pretty good choice. Yeah.
So have you had some family help with it?
Yeah, I did. I've had lots of help from everyone. I did all the hot works and all the fabbing, but every now and then I need another hand to just do things. So I get all sorts. I had my brother in every now and then. I'd have him sanding. I had my girlfriend, she loaded it up with foam. Yeah, but all the boys helped out. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How does your girlfriend like the boat now?
Nah, she loves it. She comes out with me all the time, and
yeah, cool.
Yeah, as long as she's happy, I'm happy, I guess.
That's it. So what was the process?
Oh, I guess we'll start when I kind of got in contact with you guys, and then kind of bit of emailing back and forward about what I wanted. A few little changes, wasn't much, because I knew I could do a few little custom things myself.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so ordered that. I think the kit kind of came a few weeks later. It was just basically massive IKEA kit, really. It was just like read the instructions and just follow the instructions, especially for the hull. Went pretty custom with it. It come as a tiller, and I ended up cutting the transom out of the back of it and made a little bit of a prop transom and put a outboard on it and made a console. So yeah, it's pretty custom, but we'll get to see that a bit later on.
Cooper, so let's run us through, let's start with what you've changed from the original design.
Yeah, so originally it was a tiller, so we just had the motor at the back and just the back bench seat here, and I've kind of done a bit of a prop transom instead and put a console in the centre.
So let's go through some of your electronics and that.
Yeah, so I probably went a bit all out on the electronics. Probably don't really need to go this crazy, but I'm really into my fishing, so I wanted my good gear and good sounders and all the right mapping gear and everything like that. So run the Simrad 12-inch Evo 3. That shows really good picture. I can be sounding at 15-20 knots and get a really good pickup. I got a 3-hull transducer, so that's in the bottom of the boat. And then we run with the Suzuki engine, so that's all linked in through the Simrad, so I can get all my gauges through my Simrad and everything. I can track all how much fuel I'm burning, all the speeds, rev range, everything like that. So it's really, really handy. Got a pretty good sound system in this boat. So that pumps when we get it going. Kind of, they're in the seat boxes, so it kind of echoes the sound through. Really pumps. And then just all the other basic safety gear you need, like radio, bilge pumps, everything like that. Got in touch with a mate who's down in Mandurah, out of Limits Diesel and Marine. He does all the electronics, so he wired up all the switches, everything in the boat. So yeah, he did a wicked job. Shout out to him. He does a mint job, kind of works for himself, and it's really good. Does a nice neat job.
Oh yeah, very tidy.
Yeah, but when you're building your boat and you put so much hard work hours into it, when you give it to someone else, you want them to do a good job and look after your boat. So yeah, he did a wicked job.
Yeah. So let's move a bit further forward, shall we? So this is quite a nice kind of seating arrangement, yeah?
Yeah.
Little bow rider sort of thing.
Yeah, so it's just went a little bit custom with that again. In the kit, it kind of just has a cast deck that cuts across here.
Yep.
I did changed it up a bit, just a bit more extra room, I guess. You can walk in here, kind of lock your knees in there and kind of cast off the deck. We do a lot of fishing, kind of casting for salmon down south and all sorts of that. And
then just storage under here?
Yeah, so we've got dry storage in either compartment in there.
Oh yeah, your fenders.
And then, I had a bit of leftover belting on the side from the boat, so I thought I might turn that into a bit of a feature, just to be able to rest you, no sharp edges or hard corners to hit your shins on or anything like that.
You got a live well here?
Yeah, so it's I kind of went a little bit different. When you get the kit, I think you get a pipe that runs, you get the tank and then a pipe that runs out the back. I went a little bit different with this one. I went a pipe straight down to the bottom of the hull and then a fingernail on the bottom, so that when I move and the water can run out, so I can fill it up.
Yeah.
And then that just fills up to the water level outside the boat.
Yeah, I have not seen that before, running straight down. That's a good idea, especially with these sort of forward kill tanks as well. Like, it's
But yeah, I can empty that pretty quick. So like once you kind of get the boat up on a bit of an angle, the water just runs straight to the back. Yeah, I bleed all my fish in there, and so when you get a big dewey on board or big pinky, bleed it in there, and then just wash the water out the back, and it's no problems. Yeah, boy. Went out, had a spin on the boat, just went in the sound there, did a few donuts, couple good little runs up and down, but she performs really well under a bit of chop. Weather's not the best today, but sprays water out, it's really good. How
do you see your boat building journey evolving in the future?
Well, probably build a few more boats. Get a bit more experience. You can always get better and learn new things, I guess.
So, kind of looking back, what are you most proud of?
Probably just most proud of that I've achieved it. Like, for me, it's a pretty big achievement. Like I said, there's probably not many people out there building boats at my age for themselves. And yeah, being able to save up enough money and enough time in my life to build something like this, being able to call it mine's pretty cool, and take people out and show them what I've done. Yeah, it feels pretty good. So what advice would you give to someone around at your age who's thinking about starting a project like this? You've got to be really dedicated. You can't, obviously these all cost money, and a lot of my mates my age are all out drinking, spending their money. You got to work hard for it, and It's all worth it at the end. Like, I've got this, I can look at this, you know, keep it for 30 years and it's my toy. But yeah, it's a good milestone to know that I've built this and not many people do it at my age.